Hello there, Leo, and welcome to your March reading. Great to see everybody again. I hope that you're doing well, and I can't wait to see what kind of information comes through for you. Just a reminder that you can always use these for your sun sign, for your rising, and also for your moon. Your channeled information this month, which I get when I'm sort of meditating on your sign and picking out the cards that I want to use to read with, was Solidify. And I like this because it's not something you use every day in speech, but what I'm really getting when I think about this is giving things time to set or to settle in. So how does this apply to you? If you're thinking of this month, by the way, I've seen a sort of universal trend that big changes, something you want to hold off on for most signs. So the Solidify is saying give things a chance to set or settle in. So if you've just moved somewhere and you're not liking it, give it time. If you're in a new relationship or a new business engagement, give that time. And if you're trying something new in your life and you're just not certain yet, if it fits who you are and what you want, this is saying everything needs a little bit more breaking in period, basically. So keep that in mind, and we'll see what the cards bring up as we look into the month of March. It's kind of exciting that this is at the close of this month anyway. We'll be through the first quarter of the year. I can't believe how quickly it's passing by. For those of you that haven't seen one of my videos before, I split it up into a few parts. I start with that channeled information, which leads straight into the general reading, and then I expand the forecast out per the title to include health, wealth, love, and destiny. So let's look at these cards, and we'll look at the catalyst, and we'll see where that brings us. Okay, and let me just arrange the cards so you can see them a little bit better. And your catalyst card this month, which this is what really connects everything. It's almost the wild card for the month, which helps you understand how it all comes together. Yours is about discovery, about going deeper inside yourself, about discovering other people's points of view as well. And this is going to involve going well beneath the surface, okay? So a lot of times you may be thinking, and this is what we were talking about earlier with Solidify, you may judge something based on how it looks or feels initially, which is fine, that's the intuition part, but you need to go even deeper than this because intuition is also layered like an onion skin. So you'll get an initial read, but then you won't really understand what's going on until you go a few levels deeper. And this discovery card is telling you, meditate consistently this month. That's a great way for you to really find out the truth. And I see that moon there. Usually that signifies one lunar month. So I would say like full moon to full moon, that should be the amount of time that you really give the situation to basically mature. All right, so let's see what is coming through for you this month. Right at the center, I won't sugarcoat that there's probably a lot of work going on for many of you. And with the Five of Wands, this is an interesting illustration, but it shows me you really need to get your hands dirty, or you need to have hands-on work this month. And that there may be parts of this that don't feel, really enjoyable. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you're called on to basically have some of these answers or to take on more responsibility than you might have in the past. And with the Nine of Wands here, what this is showing me is it's going to give you a chance to appear more qualified. And what you want to do if you're literally put in that sort of put on the spot, don't be afraid to leverage existing relationships that could help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Because the Seven of Pentacles is reminding you that you can't do this all alone. You're going to be much better, whatever this decision is, whatever this opportunity is if you partner up with someone else. For those of you that are looking at like buying a house or trying to do some really large purchase, I would hold off this month. This card is showing that, and I keep getting Seven of Pentacles for a lot of signs. So finances are okay, but one move in the sort of like overspending direction could completely throw you off kilter. So I would say this is not the time. You want to stay controlled, thoughtful. Of course, sometimes things break and you have to take care of them, but barring anything like that, I would say it's going to be much better for you if you wait. In fact, 2 to 3 months as we're looking at big decisions in your life. I've seen the Three of Wands come through many times this month as well, so Lots of Seven of Pentacles, lots of Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a great card, even in its reverse position. It's showing me that you're a lot closer to your goals and aspirations than you think. And for you, again, I actually think you just need to allow a little bit of time for some of the details to shake out and to really think about. You'll have a gut instinct here about what it is that is necessary to bring everything together so it all gels. Gel would be another word for solidify. The toughest thing this month could be trying to control all aspects of your life, of your business, of your personal affairs. This is one of the few Chariot cards, if you look closely, where we're seeing the car already, or the vehicle already leaving. Normally we see the Chariot approaching, and with this one it's showing that it's almost a combination of like the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm going to draw a direct connection there between, again, money and business, and you needing to kind of hop on board and take control of it. That's why I don't want you doing unnecessary spending. You're building this beautiful sort of nest, or you're getting rid of everything that was taking away from the foundation. So whether you're recovering or putting more into it, this isn't the month to test those boundaries. They need a little bit more time to recover. And I do see more money opportunities for you. We've got the Nine of Pentacles here. Literally is like a big money tree. But the reversal of this is reminding you that it's important to give this time to grow and respect boundaries here, and don't sort of like, I would say for you, the boundaries being your budget, to kind of clarify, because I could almost hear you saying, what do you mean by boundaries? So budgetary boundaries, anything that has to do with financial obligations and things like that, looking at your tax obligations, all these things you really need to pay attention to. When we look at your emotional state this month, it's actually pretty good. We have the Queen of Vessels here, Queen of Cups, and what this is showing me is that you're in a very good place for starting a relationship, spending time with friends and family members. The only thing I want you to look at is, if you start any new relationships this month, really do your due diligence here. We have the Devil card, it's reversed, which is good, because this actually means you'll be able to see things for what they are, but you may not always pay attention to that. So the Devil here is actually about saying what's on your mind and not being afraid to ask someone, for instance, where do you see this relationship going? Or are you single? Because when I get the Devil card and it's attached to like a relationship card, a lot of times for me it has to do with someone that's unavailable, unready, or unwilling to be in a partnership on the same page as you are. So I want to let you see all of the relationships with the cards here. 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 of Cups here, and we have a 5 of Cups in the past. When I'm looking at your overall emotional state, I would say this month, again, this is pretty common. I don't really see a lot of energy going into new relationships. I would say focus on letting go of anything where you have an unnecessary tie to someone. So if you've been in a relationship but it's abusive, or if you've been in a relationship but it's not giving you back what you need, this month is the time when you could ask for help, where you could try to break free, where you could decide to approach the person and just say, I will not accept this anymore. But you have control to some degree over how much you want to put into that relationship. With the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Cups, there's a sort of challenge for you to figure out what it is you want in your life. A lot of energy has been put into making other people happy, or looking at what's happened and sort of like wishing that things could be different, rather than focusing on this beautiful crowning card, the 3 of Wands, which is pay attention to the future instead of focusing on what didn't happen in the past. I love that universal message that's coming through this month, that the future is right around the corner. Things that you want can actually come into reach, and that you shouldn't worry so much. I actually believe that there really isn't coincidences. So even when we feel like things are unbelievably sort of lethargic or slow or not happening, it's actually giving us a chance to find the right way to like the best outcome for us. So cosmic timing is in place. Let's expand your forecast, and when we review, I believe everything's going to come into clear focus for you. So let's begin your expanded forecast with a health card and a reminder that this encompasses your mind, your body, and your spirit. With that in mind, your health card this month is about basically paying attention to your life force. It says, express your divine passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased. The interesting thing is I have another deck where this particular deity is associated with the devil. And so what this means is really tread carefully when it comes to sexual relationships this month, because this is talking all about sex and sexual powers, and this is about sometimes getting pulled into something that's not beneficial, and it was attached to what could be a love card, and also what could be a water sign as well, so be careful. What I'm seeing with this is you really want to pay attention with what you're doing with your sexual energy. Sexual energy or passion can also be used for work products, for putting energy into like creating something that you love, building, literally like building a house, building a dream. And sometimes we misdirect sexual energy towards people when sometimes we can put it in projects as well. So I want you to spread your passion across all parts of your life and maybe not put so much into relationships. Likewise, when we don't have a partner and there's that frustration, that can also be why this card is coming through. In which case, there are wonderful meditations that you can do. Satkriya is one of them, and you can look that up on the internet, or email me if you need to figure out where that is. It's a Kundalini meditation. But there can be a lot of ways that you can redirect passion, sexual energy, or that sort of, I guess it is just basically energy, how you want to put it in your life. But more importantly, when we look at relationships, the sexual energy can have to do with control. And so finding a way to feel like there's balance, that you and your partner are on equal footing, is going to be really important. I think if you do that, then it's a beautiful thing. And then it's an exchange from one person to another of love, basically. So if that's not it, then it's actually, it's a control situation, and that's what you want to remove. And so let's look now at your wealth opportunities. Wealth, I kind of put under this umbrella career, school, anything that can get you further and advance you in life. It also means money, of course. So we have this abundance card, which was reversed when I pulled it, which is reminding you that if you feel that you are limited, then you will be limited. If you feel that possibilities abound, then they will. And the other part of this that we forget sometimes is it's not just like believing, okay, I'm surrounded by abundance, and saying it like that, it's not going to work. Actually, the universe is looking at you and saying, okay, you don't believe it. I'm not going to believe it either. So believing that possibilities exist, but then sort of thinking, I will be able to handle whatever comes my way, but I am ready to receive more. And please help me find the path to that abundance. I know it's there. I know I've resisted it in the past, but I'm at a point now where I respect that it's there. Help me receive it. Help me acknowledge it. And help me believe that I am worth it. Because part of what blocks abundance is a feeling or a block where you don't believe that you're worth receiving the abundance. Frustration, which leads to anger, which leads to sort of like lowering of your frequency, and then also saying something but not believing it. You have to really believe that this is going to happen. I'm going to be okay, whatever that is in your life. So your money situation is directly related to your emotional state this month, and your emotional state is directly related to relationships, and part of that dynamic this month has to do with tension, passion, sexual tension. So if you heal all of those areas, they're going to help one another. They're actually interconnected is what I'm seeing. So let's look at your relationship card, even though we kind of got it when we were looking at your health card. So trust is number one here. Do you trust who you're with? And if you don't, then that actually illustrates something much deeper. Why are you continuing to be in that relationship or allowing that to happen? And if you do trust the person, then it's a beautiful thing, and celebrate that. Because as I said, this is actually, these two things can be sort of like a cooperative thing. They can be in unison, to use a word I used for another sign this month. So one other thing that I didn't really touch on when we're looking at this, but since we're looking at relationships here, I want to bring it up. This also has to do with repressing or denying yourself happiness. So don't, and sometimes we substitute then, a sexual relationship for that happiness in our life. This is just saying for you to be comfortable with who you are, what you want, be honest with yourself, and that's going to create basically balance throughout all of your life. Now let's take a look at your destiny card to see what the potential energy can bring to you this month and beyond. Okay, so another reversal on this one, but it was a card to say, listen to your voice. It actually looks like vocal cords, which I love. But what we see is the strongest color in this voice card is actually your intuition, your third eye, your chakra, this, sixth chakra. The other thing, though, is a lot with relationships. So look and see who is constricting your ability to speak and who is constricting or basically taking away your power of speech and your power of intuition. All right, so let's review everything. There's a lot of heavy information, but a lot of really helpful information that I hope we can summarize. So your channeled information was to let things settle, to feel solid and to feel grounded before you make any big changes. And the whole month, all of the opportunities that come to you are for discovery. That's true of every month, but this month is what's highlighted on this is your heart. And we had a lot of energy going into passion, relationships, love, sexual energy. So I want you to tune into your heart chakra this month and find a way to connect to what it is you want, what it is you desire. And when it comes to those desires, again, don't deny them. Sort of look at them and think, why do I want this in my life? That's going to lead to a healthier body or a healthier mind and a healthier romantic life. Again, when it comes to money and it comes to abundance, believing that it's there, believing that you're worth it, and really working to open yourself up. Trusting yourself and trusting others, and if you can't, knowing that that in and of itself is telling you that there's a bigger issue and that you should speak up when that happens. And as we review that in context of the cards here, this is a month where a lot of work is going to take place. And the Five of Wands is never like super enjoyable to go through, but it's incredibly beneficial for your mind, your body, your soul. You're going to leave this month with a sort of Nine of Wands mentality, which is, wow, I got through the fire, I am strong, I'm able to take anything that comes my way. I want you to not give your power away to others. That's why the Chariot and the Devil are reversed. To realize that you're on a 2 to 3 month cycle here where things are going to improve. So March, April and May looking really good for you. Again, when it comes to happiness and your personal beliefs or desires, this is saying don't be afraid to go after what you want and really to focus more on personal expression this month. It doesn't have to be with a partner. It can be basically just doing something artistic, something I've talked about a lot with other signs this month as well. I want to focus on that top card, which is saying anything is possible. You have to believe it and you have to work towards it. But if you do that, then you're going to discover amazing things kind of in the horizon. So I can't wait to see what that is for you, but I want to encourage you to remain optimistic, remain focused on your heart, your heart's desires, and to let go of these feelings of either unhappiness or shame or whatever's holding you back. It's not necessary anymore, and it's time for you to be happy. Okay? I hope this was helpful. If you ever want to talk in greater detail about what's going on in your life, feel free to schedule an appointment with me. I'll make sure to put a link in the corner, or again, you can tap it if you're on a mobile device, the little eye that's in the corner. If you found that this was helpful and you just want to support the channel, there's a button to do that as well, but that's completely optional. To stay in touch, I have a lot of different methods you can do that. The easiest is to subscribe to this channel or to my newsletter. There'll be links to that as well in the video. And I'm also on all major social media, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And so feel free to join me on as many or as few of those as you feel suits you. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you, because every month it's really great to be part of this sort of collective unfoldment where we're all basically growing like a flower, unfurling and showing true colors and true potential. I think that's what this is all about, right? We're on a spiritual journey together. So continue to do your part to grow and to respect that sort of divine inner beauty that you have. And that's what this month is about for you, okay? So best of luck. Thank you so much for allowing me to spend this time with you, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.